Salesbox and SalesMarket are now part of one, a unified B2B growth ecosystem connecting you with powerful services, tools, and specialized vendors, all under one roof. One helps your business grow with turnkey, top-performing sales, marketing, and tech solutions. Now, let's hear from some of our customers on how these services have delivered real results.
We booked our largest client by 3 times what our normal client size used to be because of SalesBox.
We were able to quickly get a contract in place that allowed us to have our largest placement in CJS history, $60,000, just north of there. Yeah. And so just for context and to give a sense of what a big deal that is for us, our biggest placement before that was about $25,000.
In the 5 months that we worked together, we've closed $170,000 or so in deals. But the promise of an additional 200 is already on the table. Whether or not those close or not, that's part of the sales process. Not everything closes, but a significant probability of closing $500,000 sales in the first 6 months is remarkable.
The first deal that we closed with SalesMarket was a very significant one, and almost certainly we would never have reached that business without the assistance of SalesMarket.
3 or 4 months in, for my company, we signed on a new client that I would say annually would bring in about $65K for the business. So long as we keep them and we do our job, they will essentially be paying for SalesMarket in the future.
I would strongly recommend them for your organization, both for revenue acquisition, but also for the health of having that internal dynamic where you learn from the feedback of what goes on in the street.
We launched and shortly after landed a 7-figure project with Amazon that turned into a multi-year engagement.
I have to say that of a lot of the companies that I've tried for outreach and the things that they do, they are by far the best and most organized.
They started bombarding us with those meetings like the day one. We had like 3 meetings a day. And all of that is hours and hours of time. So we almost were like, oh my God, can you stop it a little bit? It's too much. But that was a very strong start.
One client that came purely from the collaboration with SalesBox is now become our largest revenue partner.
The SalesBox team is a delightful group of performance-driven sales, copy, and data experts with a seamless feedback and approval process.
I had already closed one of my largest clients actually now, which is based in Atlanta, Georgia. And now I will say we have even more that are in the pipeline that are longer sales cycles, but very confident that we're going to be closing several more in the near future out of New York, Oregon, California, Florida, the likes of larger areas that are not in Idaho, which was a huge goal of mine.
The key to this game is an increased pipeline, and I'm happy to partner with the SalesBox team to really help us do that.
First bigger clients there with NASDAQ, and that's been a great partner for me for over the last 3.5 years. And we've been growing and growing.
In just a little over a month of our partnership, it really added 60 to 70 leads to our pipeline, with more than 25% of those converting into great sales meetings.
And so by the time that our team takes a call with one of these leads, they're really qualified, they're super warmed up, they understand what we do, they're ready to talk projects.
My experience with them was 5 stars all around. Really the best bang for your buck when it comes to generating qualified calls that I've seen to date.
They've been instrumental in helping us generate qualified appointments, and their expertise on data outreach and sales has been invaluable.
We get a tremendous amount of not just lead generation through LinkedIn, but also actual appointments scheduled. Our sales team is able to then pull through on those things.
When I started working with SalesMarket, I noticed very quickly that the sales experience that they're trying to create is much different than what anyone else in the market's doing today.
They don't really rely on AI or those are real people writing real messages, customizing them per our clients, our needs and services. And that's what makes them very unique.
I can't recommend Mike and Joe enough. They've done a great job, and they've helped us in this very important period of our company.
So I was able to get my business to the next level and really hone in on my offerings and ideal prospects.
I was not sure how the messaging sequencing would work, but in actuality, it was extremely effective. And we've had several leads come through.
By the end of the first week, the SalesBox campaign team already booked a great meeting with a creative director at a top branding agency based in Nashville. This agency aligned perfectly within my target focus and whom works on projects with world-class brands.